Good morning, class. Welcome back to chemistry class. Today, I will be talking about Bohr's atomic models. So, who is Bohr? Well, before Bohr became famous, scientists believed that the electrons would revolve around the nucleus and that they would get soaked up because the electrons were so small and the nucleus had so much, energy. However, Bohr came along in 1915 and said that's not what happens. The electrons are stable and they do revolve around the nucleus, however, they don't get soaked up. Just like planets revolve around the sun, well, the electrons revolve around the nucleus and they never get soaked up. Really important things to know about Bohr's atomic models is protons always go inside the nucleus. Neutrons always go inside the nucleus, and electrons always orbit the nucleus. Let's start. To start off with the Bohr atomic model, you will have to put protons inside, just like I explained it here, neutrons inside, and you would have would be energy levels. Energy levels are where the electrons are at. Electrons have different amount of energies, and depending on how much electrons a element have, then you would add more rings to it or more energy levels. The first energy level consists of only 2 electrons. That's the maximum it could have. Now, the second energy level, the maximum it could have is 8. When putting the electrons in the energy level, you always want to separate them because they never want to touch each other. Now, the third energy level, the max it could have, it's 8 electrons. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now let's look at an element. Let's look at oxygen. Oxygen symbol, it's an O. Let's find out what is the atomic mass, the atomic number, how many neutrons it has, how many protons, and how many electrons it has. Let's look at the atomic mass. You can find the atomic mass if you look at oxygen and you look at the left bottom corner of oxygen, it has 15.9. However, we are going to round that to 16. So, atomic mass 16, atomic number is just the number that has in the left top corner. So, oxygen is number 8. Let's look at protons. P for protons, E for electrons, N for neutrons. Protons is the same thing as atomic number. So it would be 8. Electrons, the same thing as atomic number. It would be 8. And for neutrons, remember you have to subtract the atomic number to the atomic mass. 16 minus 8, it's 8. Now let's look at how to draw the atomic model for Bohr. Remember that we talked about protons and neutrons being inside the nucleus. So we're going to put P for protons, N for neutrons. We found out that protons there's 8, neutrons there's 8. Now we're going to draw the energy levels. Remember that we talked about how many elements could be in the energy level? Well, remember, you have to remember that oxygen has 8 electrons. In the first energy level, you're only going to draw 2 electrons because that's the max it could have, right? On the second energy level, you would draw how many more are left. So we already have 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This is oxygen Bohr atomic model. Now let's look at somebody else so they could try their atomic model in the board. Emily, will you come to the board and do neon, please? Thank you so much. Perfect. This was Bohr atomic model.